Cashbuild is the largest retailer of building materials in Southern Africa with a market cap of 3.9 billion rand and has been listed on the JSE since 1986. It sells directly to cash-paying customers through its 191 stores around Southern Africa. It has a price-to-earnings ratio of 12 and a dividend yield of 3.7. This one we like because it is a feeder into the construction story. Although the construction story is in the doldrums, people rather would do up their houses and go to a Cashbuild to get the materials to renovate their houses than buy new houses. That's what happens in a tough economic environment. Am I right? Correct.
And it's also on the list for today's discussion because it's the one that looks as though it's getting the most sector rotated. You know, it's had a bit of a fall from a price right up around 170 something back to around 155. It just did have results, but I think you put your finger on it. It's not so much building in the sense of, you know, construction of the sort of cities. It's people adding
like retiling your bathroom
rooms
or retiling your bathroom.
Exactly, exactly. But they sell very basic stuff. So Builders Warehouse is where you go if you're rich. Cashbuild is where you go if you're on a budget, because they're going to sell you door frames, bags of cement, and, you know, cinder block to add an extra room.
So you can't buy tiles.
You can buy tiles, but very cheap ones. But the stores also are in peri-urban areas around townships. I took a trip recently to Mpumalanga. As you drive through Bushbuck Ridge and places like that, enormous Cashbuild. And there are houses on every hill in that place. Is
this a sector rotation story?
I think it is. I mean, the earnings are very good. Maybe people are expecting even a little bit more after that run up. But I think, you know, the pullback like that, Cashbuild's looking very good. The market in that housing market is very strong at the moment. Well, not very strong, but coming back from a very low level. And we like Cashbuild quite a lot.
You like everything in this sector. Did you choose all the stocks?
I did, of course.
The stocks. Not the socks, the stocks.
Yeah, look, I like it a lot. The other thing that would really help Cashbuild were if there were to be the political will in this country to change the system of rural land tenure. As a result of various, you know, constitutional compromises we needn't go into here, chiefs in rural areas still allocate all the land, and the banks won't give people loans using their homes as collateral because, you know, the chief could take it away, or, you know, you don't actually own legal title. So that's a major problem. But I think as our society transitions, that isn't entirely inconceivable that such a thing could happen. So I think that would speed up the availability of credit in this space. Also, Cashbuild is at that scale with, you know, market cap less than 4 billion, where it's of considerable interest potentially to larger retail groups, and also of considerable interest to institutions who sort of never paid it any attention because it was too small.
Do you really think that there could be more upside from this level? Yes, a pullback here, but I mean, we're talking what, 175? It hit just the other day.
Yeah, I do think it can go more. I think they've also started to supply a little bit of credit, so you can get Cashbuild credit now. And the unsecured lending market, as you've seen, is going quite big. And the banks say that a lot of it is for housing. So I do think there's more upside on the Cashbuild.
Well, it's interesting you say about their credit thing, because they've got a kind of wishy-washy relationship with Nedbank in that space. I think they should be doing much more work there.
What, in their credit space?
Exactly, and it's even crossed my mind that, you know, African Bank is rumored to be shopping around for another deal to extend its credit footprint, that would be the kind of deal that the likes of an African bank could do, because then they could really jack up the credit. I mean, it's an absolute no-brainer. You're dealing with people whose incomes are in that 5,000 to 10,000 rand a month level, and they want to build rooms which cost, you know, like 10 to 12,000 rand. So you've got to have a credit availability. It would be perfect. I think they could be, you know.
So that would be the flag for you in terms of a buy signal.
Yeah,
if they got their credit.
I think
the credit side of their business sorted out.
It also underscores why there's still opportunity. You asked, isn't it too expensive now? But it's only like a 12 or 13 PE compared to those other stocks we're talking about 30 PEs. And so, you know, it's not that expensive. It could add that, or somebody else could come and buy the business and add that element.
Hot or not on Cashbuild?
I'm hot on Cashbuild.
No surprise there. Hot or not on Cashbuild, Paul?
Yeah, I own it personally, and we've got clients that own it. So it's, for me, one of the most attractive opportunities in the market at the moment.